And we're going to switch direction. And go ahead and have your arms out, right? What I like is like I like to have my arms out and my palms up, and I'm as if there's a wall, I'm pressing out. And from here, I'm going to create circles on my shoulders. Good, and switch direction. Good, relax, and then we're going to go ahead and do our elbows. And I'm going to switch direction. Do our wrists. And switch. Hips. Right, and go ahead and switch. Go ahead and also do a circle 8 with your hips. Figure 8, sorry, figure 8, boom. One direction. And switch direction. Knees. Switch. Up and down. Let's do our ankles. Switch. The other side. Switch. All right. All right. So we're gonna do, let's see, rest for 30. Okay, we're gonna do something different. We're gonna do these exercises, and in between, we'll have you just jog in place, right, until everybody's done. Or actually, we're going to do the exercises for 1 minute. The bell's going to go off, and when it does go off, you just jog for 30 seconds. The first one is you're going to kind of jump with skier jumps. So you're going to go boom to the side here, boom, side, 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 and then back, and then forward, right? So give that a try. So you're gonna move forward and then backward. And then the next one is you're gonna be on one leg, right? I'm giving myself a space in the right, so my right leg goes up, and I'm gonna jump to the right, boom, place it, right? My right leg place, boom. I'm gonna come down, and then the leg, right? The posting leg's gonna kick back. You can just kick back and come up, or try to do a push-up and then come back up, and then your legs should be on the opposite. You're gonna jump, right? So that is the second one. The third one is you're gonna stand, keep your legs straight, boom, hinge at the hips, boom, walk, 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 walk into a plank, jump, come back, walk, walk, walk up, jump. So when you're walking back and forth, your legs are straight. Third one, you're gonna be in plank, and with both legs, you're gonna jump to the side, boom, to the side, jump to the center, and you're gonna squat jump, and go back down, boom, boom, boom. All right, so you could stay with me and do it with me if you don't remember. All right, so we're gonna do the exercises for 1 minute and then come up and then jog in place for 30 seconds and then hit the second exercise, okay? So first one is the skier. So get ready, go. So side, forward. Jog in place. Next one, leave room. Jump to the side. Jog, jog. Move your arms. To my right leg goes up. I'm gonna jump, boom, come down, push up, come up. Okay, jog in place. Move your arms. Or you can jog around. Next one is inchworm and hop. Inchworm. place. Plank hop to the side, boom, boom, and then high knees. All right, just jog in place. Take a quick water break. All right. You're gonna just do, right, continue with the ankle leg, but you're gonna drill the position, which you've been doing. So again, we want to have the leading knee comes down to the mat first, right? And then the back leg is the driving leg. Boom, you're gonna step up and then slide, boom, and then you're gonna post. So I'm here, I'm gonna go, so I'm staggered stance, so I'm gonna do it here, staggered stance. Leading leg goes first, the driving leg, boom, pushing forward, comes up, and we slide with the driving leg, and then I pick up the leg. So just do that, 5 per side, real quick. Just 5 per side. remind the movement. It's a good hip opener, hip exercise. Good. Do we have that? Everybody did 5? Another one is everybody have their, right now, have the right leg up, back leg, right leg up, left leg back. And from here, what I want you to do is when you're gonna step back, but step up with that kind of a power and force, and your shoulders, boom, stepping back. So you're facing here. When you land, right, you gotta go boom. So basically you're shifting, right? And so that's my leg, boom, up here, boom, boom. And my shoulder, drawing this back. So do it starting with your right leg forward first. Do it 5 times and then switch to your left leg, do it 5 times. All right. Another one is, again, your right leg up, right? You're gonna do a really quick switch, like boom, switch, right? Boom, boom, really quick. Just bring it up, boom, 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 boom. So do that on both sides 5 times. It's not a difficult move. Yeah. So boom, boom, good. Incorporate that shoulder pulling back, boom, right? Not too far back, but you'll bring your whole shoulder and your arm, boom, back, not just the arm. Okay, so this one, right leg up. We've done this, but it's just a quick drill, right? I am gonna move to my left. My right leg is up, my left leg is back. I'm gonna move to my left. That left leg is gonna go first. So I'm gonna go boom and land the same way. Okay, go, boom. So do that, a few times and then switch your leg and then go the other direction. Switch your leg position and go in the opposite direction. Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, another drill, hold on a second, this is the drill where I want you to envision, we're gonna start out with just my left leg forward, because the same arm, I talked about the same arm. The shooting hand, both my hand and my leg should always be on the same side, right? So what we're gonna practice is that you're gonna get in this position where the shooting hand comes in. You're gonna imagining the arm going in a linear fashion. You're gonna go boom, no this, no, I don't know, kind of hooking in. You want to boom, your arm linear, coming in behind the right, and then the hand, if you're doing gi, it's a grip on the collar right here, right? Collar here. No gi, you're framing. But always, right, when you're going like this, you're going to reach up, boom. So without leg position, just want to show you for right now, right? You could drive or drive like this, it doesn't matter. So the drill is, you're just going to go like this. You're going to go linear, no this, right? You're gonna go boom linear and grab boom with this hand, the same side as the leading leg here. And then the top hand, if we're doing no gi, you could do no gi, which is framing and pulling the head so it's like this, right? Or gi, boom, boom, right? So with an angle pick, it's really crucial that you get the movement down. It's not coming down and then here, right? It should be boom, right? You want to get that movement, boom. So I want to get you to do this versus like a lot of that, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to have your leg here in this position. We're going to start with the left leg in. And when I say, if you hear me clap my hand, I want you to get in that position. We're going to do it for a minute, right? It's going to go quick. Like I'm going to try to shout quick. So I want you to regroup and when you get you in that rhythm where you just like do it without even thinking, right? So on your mark, get set, go. So your hand, so let me go back again. It's not this. I really want you to come down and grabbing the angle, boom, right? Your hand on the angle should be boom, down, gripping at the ankle here. Okay, so one arm grabbing, right? Boom. I just want you to get into that habit of doing that because it's not really, there's a really effective takedown, but you can't be like down here and then do here and then do that or do that and here. You want to get to like where you sliding in it, boom, right? Getting. So again, let me do that again. Maybe I'll just use my voice. I confuse myself between the clapping and then the hand. Okay, so go, 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 go. So wait, go, 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 go. Reaching linear, boom, go, go, go. All right, you're gonna switch now to the other side with your other leg, and we're gonna do the other side. So your hand placement is different, it's opposite now, right? Okay. Go, 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 go. Making sure you're reaching to the ground, go. Reaching for the angle, go, 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 go. All right, good job. So we want to really drill, right? Coming in, boom, 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 coming in, really getting that, the knee, the arm, the two arms, right? And then coming in knee slide. So the back leg, I just want to go a little bit of details about the back leg is the driving leg, right? It does two things. It's a driving leg that's driving you forward, but it's also a leg that makes you come. The driving leg has to be kind of a knee slide. It drives you, it makes you come closer to your partner, right? Where it's harder for them to escape from you. And it's harder for them to do an attack, right? So when I come in, and I'm coming in like back, I'm here, look, I'm gonna drive in, and I come in, look at how, boom, I get really close, right? So it does two things. It really like drives the force and brings you closer to your partner that from there you can stand up or you can do all kinds of passes from there, right? What else? Another thing that's really important is that the arm that's in the head here, it's really important. I talked about it. It needs to be turning in the direction that your leg is pulling. Another thing about the head is that I know it's really hard to tell here, but if my head is below my partner's head, it's really easy for them to kind of kick back, go behind. So your head must be in the same level. So when you go down, you pull, and the head has to be the same or below. So that is the optimum, right? You don't want to be like this. And I've seen this, when you're going and you're going boom, and you come down and you're like this and they're standing up. They're just gonna walk around, or you're not gonna be able to move them at all. So the head control is really important, right? So when you're doing a gi, it should be gripping like right here where the collarbone is to better control their head and their shoulder, right? Something to think about. So these are little things. Let's see. Also, now in boxing, I had to like get used to it a little bit, but in jujitsu, stance are really important in terms of like how you hold yourself and how you read your partner, because how you are in relation to each other really depends on your grips, your takedowns, right? So we have been really practicing with a grip where my right leg goes back and my left leg comes forward, right? So that, and my partner is mirroring me. So in that sense, like I'm up here, right? The stance we've been practicing is my right leg goes back and my partner has the right leg forward and their left leg back. So we're kind of mirroring the same stance. But it's different if you're doing an angle pick where the stance is opposite, where my right leg is back and they have the opposite, right? So today we're going to work on that. So when it's opposite stance, where my right leg goes back but my partner's right leg the right leg is forward. So the best angle pick to use when that stance is different. So like, for example, I know Karen usually have her leg southpaw. So when we're doing jujitsu, she typically like stand that way. So it's an opposite stance. So for people like Karen, these type of angle pick works best, right? So what we're gonna do is same thing. We're gonna head control. So we're gonna do head control. So when I talk about inside angle pick and outside angle pick, what I mean by inside angle pick is I am boom coming in and I'm right. If I have my regular stance, this is the inside angle pick on this side. Boom, I'm gonna come up, boom, and then pick up. Outside, I'm sorry, this is an outside angle pick. So the inside would be the opposite leg, right? So I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna go boom, pull, and come in, right? That's the inside. So when it's a reverse stance, aim to go for the inside angle pick, but we need to, right? We need to switch our stance because I talked about how your leg should correlate with your drive, right? So when it is here, what I'm gonna do is I can grab and hook the back here and I have this leg. So I need to kind of switch my stance, right? Because I'm going in, boom, and driving in. So what I need to do is I need to, we practice the stance where I'm here, I'm just gonna go ahead and switch back. I'm gonna go swing back this way and switch my stance here, right? And I'm gonna come in, drive, and pick up. So give that a try here, you're here. So you're gonna, one way to do it is like switching your stance here, right? And then you're gonna drive in, boom, and then pick that leg up. So basically you have the head control, the arm control, And then your leg placement, right? You have here, you're just gonna step back, boom, like that. Let me see. Right, so you can combine, right? Ideally, you can combine the stance where you're going boom like this. You can combine coming down for the front. They're gonna kick back, and then you just go lean to boom to the first one, right? So again, let's say I go here, right? I'm gonna go switch. I'm gonna come down, boom, but they kick that leg back, right? Now I'm just gonna go to the inside and then come up and shelf. Jane, does that make sense?
It makes sense. I'm just slow today.
Okay. Oh God, do I get that? Okay, so again, you're gonna have your right leg, you're gonna go boom, switch, go for the outside, they step back, and then you're just gonna go for the inside, like boom, step forward and then shelf. So I want you now to add, because a lot of times your partner is not going to stand there and let you do all of this. A lot of times it's a lot of moving around and balancing, right? So when it's opposite stance, I'm going to do the opposite stance here. So when it comes to like an opposite stance, you really like want to, as much as possible, get in between the legs, what they call a T, like it's not showing. So that's my partner's leg right to left. So that's one line, right? One shoelaces to the next, that's one. And what I want to do when it's opposite stances, I want to be lined up in the middle of that creates a triangle, boom, and this is my foot. So it's like boom, 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 right? Create a triangle. So I don't know if you can see that. Like I want to be right in the middle, right? And from here, you can boom switch and then come down and then go to the second leg and come up and shuffle the leg, right? So to do that, either your collar or your hook, you're gonna shuffle to the side. You're really gonna turn and shuffle to the side, boom, right? So look, my leg is out here. I'm gonna shuffle to the side, find that T-zone here. And then from here, it's switching, coming down, or taking the first one or the second one and come up. So without somebody there, I'm gonna be like here, right? I'm gonna shuffle, right? And a lot of times it's not gonna be like this beautiful, ooh, I shuffle, right? It's gonna be like shuffle, shuffle, right? You find a T-zone and then switch, come down. Either you pick the first one. A lot of times they're gonna step back. That's cool. You're gonna go boom for the second one and then shelf. So I want you to add the shuffle in, boom, boom. Switch your leg, right? Well, it's here. It's shuffle, shuffle. Switch your leg, come in a stance, or the second one, boom, right? So give that a try. I don't know if I was like off there. Yeah, so it's shuffle, shuffle, switch, come in, or the second one, and then come up. Yeah, so your right leg is up, left leg back. You're gonna shuffle to the left, boom, boom. Get to the pyramid zone. Switch your leg, come down, first angle pick, boom, come up. And then the second one, shuffle, right? Switch your stance, come down, then kick back, and then you go for the second angle pick. Yep, Jane, that was the first one. Great. So now do that, and then your partner kicks the leg back, and now you're gonna go for the second leg. Pick the second leg, so do that one. So shuffle to the side, get to the pyramid position, switch your leg. Yep, boom, and good, good. So again, we're gonna start out, Jane, with your right leg, right? Up, we're gonna shuffle to the left, boom, shuffle, and then we're gonna switch. Go with our left leg down. We're gonna try to grab the outside leg and step back. It's the same hand. It's just gonna switch to the second leg and then we come right up, come up. Yeah, good job. Good job. Any questions? If not, Coach Karen will take over the second half. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Molly.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye, Jen. So we'll take like a 2-minute break and then we'll get started again. We'll do a little bit of, the blocking and self-defense oriented stuff. And also I think we'll do something drawing on that stance idea that Molly was talking about same stance versus opposite stance. So we'll do some leg kicks. So grab a sip of water, take a couple minutes, and then come back and we'll kick box. okay? Come back if you can hear me. If you need a minute more, that's okay. But if you're just off the camera, you can come back. Second option. Why is it so dark? Oh. Looks like maybe. Well, let's start with this, I think we're gonna start with some standing stuff. So we're gonna do we're gonna review that arm drag that we've been working on in Molly's class, and then use it in a drill. So the arm drag here's an idea is that the arm drag is like bam bam. It's like, there's different ways to do it, but the first move is the grabbing the outside of the wrist across. So like I'm gonna do it on my bear. I don't even have a dummy, but like just to show kind of the arm movement here is that the first movement I'm grabbing the outside of their arm, their outside of the wrist. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Here's this bear's wrist, and then I'm trying to get under, so the armpit. Let me put this really close. Look, I'm using it's so sad. I need a dummy. I don't want a dummy. I just do not want to have a dummy in my house. So my living room is too small. Very creepy dummy. So here and then here. So it's like here, here. Now you can see. So that's kind of the two movements of an arm drag fundamentally. There's different kinds of arm drags, but like I used to say, I don't know if you heard that, Molly, but we're gonna do a boxing drill, but incorporate the arm drag. So it's usually like a wham, and this hand feeds to this hand. This hand is usually, like Molly says, the C clamp, and this hand is usually this, the monkey grip. Basically, this one you use your thumb, and this one you don't use your thumb. You connect your thumb. That's yeah, that grip is the best grip. I was checking to see if it works. If you mess up and do a different grip, but it's best if you do that grip. So in this case, so that's kind of how it goes is like you want to get the armpit. This is the pulling surface. The hand that goes across is really the one that pulls, but people don't just give you their armpit. So that's why they put their arm out. It's going to get hard to be in the armpit. So even in the tricep, people are like this. So you get this hand first and kind of yank across, and that opens up this tricep. So that's kind of the idea. The person's like reaching out at you or trying to hit you, and you go wham. You kind of bat them like a cat with that side, and this side comes across for the yank. Let's practice that. I think that might help just to practice that movement actually. So we're let's do this. Let's get with your in your boxing stance. So your left foot forward, and we're just gonna go whap, whap, whap first. So let's just do that. So we're just gonna get that first two. Bam, 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 bam. So this one is like cup or like knocking their hand in a little bit, and this one's scooping up across to grab at the tricep. Let's just do 10 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And then, so then the last piece of that is you've got this and you yank them. And when you yank, this is like it's like a row, like a lat pull. And you can use, and you pull your body, your hips back too, but you're using this, kind of shoulder, or back muscles to pull them in. So it's like slap. This one's kind of I don't know if Molly agrees, but I kind of think of this one as, and it's probably a little different how you do it. In Sancho, we have doing it with gloves, with boxing gloves. So this hand's kind of like the batting hand. It's just like, whoop, like the person's hit you and you're like, whoop, like trying to just get this hand kind of off course. And this is the real, in any case in jiu-jitsu too, this is the real power move, this part. So now we're gonna add that. So let's do 10 where it's bap, this is the swap, whatever it is, swat. And then this is the grab and the pull. So it's swat, grab, pull. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now let's add the one last thing we're going to add, and then we'll do that whole sequence on the other side too, just to get it on both sides. But this is your power side, and it's your boxing stance. So in kickboxing, this would be the stance you would likely do it in. But then again, when you start grappling, even in kickboxing, your stance starts to switch around. So you don't necessarily keep your stance once you're, for example, in a clinch or something. Question? So the last piece of it is the block that's going to lead to the trap. So there's a lot of ways you might end up swatting this hand. In fact, let's just do it off can you do it off of a parry? I think you can. Let's do it, since we were practicing off a block, let's do it off a block. Doing it off a parry is kind of, which is like knocking the punch over. It's a little less secure of a position. So we're going to imagine that the person was throwing a hook or a punch over here to this side, to our left side for this. And we're going to go trap. So we're going to block. So this block is here. In fact, let's block with both our hands. We were practicing that. We're going to incorporate this in a bit into the kickboxing drills. So we're going to go block. So again, the block, your elbows are tight together. You're looking through. You don't want to be like this because, we're like this because they can, even if my elbows are like this, I feel pretty tight, but there's actually, this is where I get hit by uppercuts. So I want my elbows in, just like my boxing stance, and I can see just through between my hands, and these are in a helmet on my head. It could be out here. If I have boxing gloves on, they can be out here sometimes, making kind of a wall, but otherwise you really want to be close to your head so that you're not getting hit with your own hands. So these are going to be the steps. We're going to go block. Then you're going to take for this one, we'll take our left hand, trap. So it's like block, trap. So we block and then we come around their hand. If they've punched us really well and retracted their hand already, but a lot of the time people don't, they leave their hand out. The second it hits, you go like this, you get them trapped. So I'm going to trap, block, trap, pull, pull. So it's going to be block, trap, grab, pull. Block, trap, grab, pull. So let's do 10 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I think we're just going to stick with, so we can get kind of through the full sequence and really, not get ourselves confused. I think we're going to stick with one side for today. This would be the side you would do it on this way for kickboxing. You might do, a different setup to do it on the other side. So the last thing we're going to do, just make sure I get it safe, do it right before I explain it, is that so we're going to do the same thing. So it's going to be block, trap, grab, but now we're going to add that footwork. So when I pull, instead of just pulling them back, if they're smaller than you, then you can pull them back right there. Bam. And then if you were wrestling somebody and they were smaller than you, that might happen, right? And they weren't as strong as you. You could just pull them. They're here and you pull them and you end up behind them. You pull them, they step forward and end up what would happen if it happens to me is I put my arm out and they grab it and they yank me and I go, I get pulled into their, I think it's that way. I get pulled into their, no, it's this way. I usually have that hand back and I get pulled into them. I don't know. I can't remember what side I get pulled to, but you get pulled to the side and you end up behind them. You've pulled the person, they were facing you, but you pulled them this way and their back is now on you. So that's if they're smaller than you and you're wrestling them and you did a really great job. But obviously if it's a self-defense situation or just a training situation with the person's bigger than you, like Molly always points out, you're probably gonna have to move around them instead. So instead of pulling them to you, you're gonna do the same upper body, but we're gonna do that footwork where we move ourselves around them. So I'm gonna go block, trap, pull, and then I'm gonna go, how does she do it? She steps back first. I'm gonna go, no, she stepped back first. I'm gonna step wide, step, step. So I'm going, as I'm pulling with this arm, I'm going, so I'm pulling with my right, stepping with my left, and then I switch my position to get behind them. So it's, yeah. So it's block, trap, pull, or sorry, block, trap, arm grab position, and then I'm gonna go step, step. So now I'm doing this yank, but when I yank this way, I'm gonna step at the same time and use that pull to move myself around them. So block, trap, grab, pull, and step around. And when I get around them, behind them, for now, since we're gonna think of it in a kickboxing or grappling context, I'm gonna grab my own hand. Molly has a great detail of grabbing kind of the meat of your hand here. So I'm just gonna grab my own hand and secure my position here around them. Block, trap, grab, pull. A good thing to know is that here you want your hips a little back, when I'm behind them, because if my hips are too far, I want my feet away from them. Because if my feet are close to the person, they can start grabbing my feet and doing that to me. They can make me fall down, they can knee bar me, break my knee. So if I'm behind them, I want to be here so that they can't start messing with my feet. So let's do 10 of those together. So again, the movement is block, trap, grab, pull, and step behind them. And you end up here behind them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really think about that pull, that you're yanking them and that yank is pulling you around them, that movement. 6. Sideways. 7. Nice. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, good. So we're going to do, let me think how this works. Make sure we know all the other parts. Okay, here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a 3-minute round. In this 3-minute round, you're gonna be punching continuously. So you're moving around, throwing jab crosses. You can move forward, backward, take angles. You're throwing continuous jab crosses. If I say sprawl, you sprawl. If I say, and if you sprawl, think about this, is that in a kickboxing or MMA context, you're frequently sprawling under the punch, like somebody, where they're trying to shoot under the punch. You're going like this, and someone is trying to grab your legs. So that's the common scenario to have to sprawl. So I'm punching, sort of try to think about that try to make the sprawl come if you can't. You can't as much as you could with a real person because, the real person, you use their back, so you have your arms somewhere to go and don't hurt yourself trying to do it too fluidly onto the ground. But do think about that's why you're sprawling. It's not just random to make you exercise. It's like when you're punching like this, you have to be ready to sprawl. You could even start that way and then go down to your sprawl if you want to kind of get that idea that, someone's trying to grab your legs while you're punching them. So let's, in fact, we'll just do that. Well, so when you sprawl, I want you to do it that way. You're punching, first back up a little bit and then sprawl to the ground. So just to get the exercise part of it too. So that's one thing. So I could say sprawl. I could say arm drag. If I say arm drag, you do that whole sequence. So you're punching, block, trap, grab, come to the back. And Since we're doing Sancho, since I'm doing what we usually do in Sancho, if you were in a competition, I don't usually do my takedowns competition style because competition style for Sancho is you try to do the takedown without you going down at all. So you're trying to stay standing, throw the person on the ground, and you're up, and not get taken down. I'm not great at that because I'm small, so I frequently need to drag people down with my weight. But for the sake of it, let's do the Sancho. But this is a great takedown that you can do on people. Let's do the takedown. So after we grab the person and we've got them here from the back, you can just back the person up, lower, 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 and sit them on the ground. It doesn't work on awesome wrestlers or people with awesome squats. It works on people who don't have a good squat, even if they're big and strong. Because if your squat is lower than theirs, you drag their waist down and they fall over because they can't hold the squat. So let's do that as the final part of it. We got their back. Let's just walk them down, to as low as you feel comfortable. Don't hurt yourself, doing a squat that's bad for your knees or something. But you're just walking the back, lowering. You're not just lowering your arms, you have to lower your own hips. You're using your base to drag them. Get your base below their base so they can fall over. So again, you got them. So that's if I say arm drag. So the things are sprawl, arm drag. If I say break fall, you're going to break fall the technical stand. I know this is a lot of things. We might do 2 rounds of this. So I'm going to break fall. I'm going to come up. I'm going to post my dominant hand, my right hand. If I'm right-handed, using my left. I'm going to my left hand, my lead hand's out in front of me in case someone's trying to hurt me. So that's out in front of me. Then I lift and step back, and I'm back to my stance. Yeah, it's a very good, and actually to make it more realistic, let's scoot back. So normally when you break fall, I know what we're doing with this is going to be a couple rounds we're going to practice this is like very MMA style or very Sancho style, where you're kickboxing, you're moving around punching, but you have to be ready to also grapple. So I feel like it's very, kind of realistic to what more integrated fighting is like. So for the break fall, let's add this. We're going to break fall. We're going to get in our position, a technical stand. But before we do it, we're not going to do it right here because they're probably right in front of us. Molly always teaches this scoop. So I'm going to post start teaching so much of your stuff, Molly. It's just trying to get out MMA each day. So we're going to, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm in my break fall. It's also so self-defense-y. I'm in my technical stand position, but instead of just coming up right here, I'm going to scoot back using my posted leg and my posted hand. Scoot back. Once I'm in a more safe distance, that's when I get up. Yeah, so I back myself up a little bit before I don't just stand up right in their face if they just took me down. Okay, so that's one of the things. So I think, and the last thing is, if I say push kick or side kick, you can throw any push kick or side kick, left, right, spinning. So if I say push kick, you can throw a right push kick, you can throw a left push kick. If I say side kick, any side kick you want. So those are all the things. You're continuously punching, straight punches. If I say sprawl, sprawl. If I say arm drag, block, trap, come to the back, walk them down, come back up, start punching again. If I say break fall, get in your technical stand position, back up, come up to standing, come back to punching. And if I say push kick, any push kick you want. If I say side kick, any side kick you want. See if I can remember all that. These are some of my favorite kind of drills. I think you have to react off the punches. Okay, we're gonna do 2 3-minute rounds of this. We're doing a 3-minute round, take a little break, and then do another 3-minute round. Okay, get set, and go. Straight punches. Arm drag. Sprawl. Break fall. Push kick. Side kick. Arm drag. Side kick. Push kick. Sprawl. Break fall. And scoot. Arm drag. Break fall. Move around. Sprawl. Arm drag. Push kick. Push kick. Arm drag. Sprawl. Side kick. Break fall. Arm drag. Arm drag. Sprawl. Good work. Take a break. About 30 seconds. Recover. Get set for the next round. About 10 seconds. Set and go. Moving around, punching. Push kick. If you keep going, if you notice that you tended to throw the same push kick and side kick, try to make an effort to throw them on the other leg this round. If you were doing that already, then keep doing it. Break fall. Sprawl. Sprawl. Side kick. Arm drag. For arm drag, you're still doing it on the same side. Everything else same side as last time. Just your push kick and side kick. Try to vary them. Arm drag. Break fall. Sprawl. Side kick. Push kick. Arm drag. Sprawl. Arm drag. Sprawl. Push kick. Push kick. Check your punching. Make sure you're still turning your hips on your punches. Arm drag. Push kick. Sprawl. When you come up, arm drag. Good, nice. Okay, grab a sip of water. We're gonna also grab a chair. If you don't have a chair, we're gonna be using it to throw kicks onto the seat of the chair. So if you don't have something you can use for this, we'll figure it out, but this is what we're gonna be doing. Kicking. I actually put a pillow on it because it's like a little awkward with the chair. Keep it here. Putting it back. Jiu-jitsu bear over here. Okay, so come back when you're ready. You might be looking for a chair. Excellent. Yeah, set it up how you think would be good for leg kicks. Ah, interesting. So I'm trying to see if I can use the chair to mimic something. And I can't. Yes. All right, so we're going to take our chair. If you can do this, I'm going to point the chair so that like it's at a diagonal to me. I'm facing, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm facing the tip of the chair. So rather than facing the front of the chair, I'm facing the corner. Doesn't matter which corner. I just put a corner of the chair to me. We're going to see if this works to get the idea of stance. So imagine that chair is your opponent, and each angle is one of their legs. It's not exact, but you get the idea. So over here is their right leg, over here is their left leg. So I have two angles I can approach at. That's similar to what it's like when you're really kicking someone. So you're usually mostly when people kick you, they're mostly kicking the front leg because that's the leg that's near when they leg kick. And if they kick, leg kicks are the only thing that really matter what your stance is related to the other person, because it's very different if you kick them from this side versus this side. This is an outside kick. This is an inside kick, just like that leg kick situation. And the angle of them ends up being a little different, just because your leg's angle is a little different. For the leg kick, so I just want to think about when we're kicking the leg, we're aiming to kick anywhere halfway between the thigh and the groin. I mean, the knee and the groin, in the middle of the thigh, anywhere on that circumference there. When people say kick the knee, and that is fine for self-defense. That's fine if you have shoes on, so that's good. It could be good with shoes, but even with shoes, unless they're hard shoes, you actually really don't want to kick people's knees. You might injure their knee. You could break your foot. I've seen people, usually in kickboxing, you'll see in sparring, people kick the knee. You see this like, ow! Like that's usually what like that's a very common thing you see in kickboxers mess their feet up all the time, kicking people's knees accidentally. You don't want to kick their knees. We're trying to kick their thigh. This is very sport, not self-defense. Could work in self-defense too, actually. But the idea is that you're trying to dead leg them. I always say to my kickboxers, like in sparring, I'm like, you're trying to do things that hurt them, don't injure them. So that's different in self-defense. But in unless you're even in a competition, unless you're a pro, like you don't want to injure them, you want to hurt them. So if you kick them in the knee, you might hurt yourself, you might hurt them, or you might injure them. But if you kick them in the thigh, you're just going to hurt them a lot. So you're not going to injure them. That's why my teachers were very big. They used to kick me so hard in the leg because they knew that was where they could put pressure on me because they were not going to probably injure me. So, but they're just going to you're trying to make their leg. You see people they get kicked in the leg in a competition, and you see it in MMA all the time. Then they're like this. They can't walk. So we're going to throw some leg kicks. I won't talk for much longer because we want to get to these leg kicks. Yep. So we're going to practice them. Let's practice them like this. We're going to throw jab, cross. Let's practice the leg kicks first. So when I throw the leg kick, one difference between the other kind of roundhouse kick is I'm going to come up so that I can angle down onto their leg. So I'm trying to come over to kind of like, there is a way you can come up into the inside too, but especially if I'm trying to kick the outside, I really want to come up and over to get to this, to get to this Charlie horse spot. So I'm going to go, I'm going to try to try to lay my shin onto the chair. This needs a big pivot. So, if it's hurting your knees, be careful, go slower. You want to really pivot your standing foot so you can turn your hip and sink. So let's do 1 minute of kicks on each side. So start on your dominant side. And for most of you, for your dominant side, it will usually be your outside kick. You can just think of the person, think about kicking their leg, but imagine them in the same stance as you. So if they're in the same stance as you, I'm going to be orthodox. If I'm kicking with my right leg, that's the outside, I'm kicking them here. Like they're mirroring me, so I'm kicking them right here. So I have to come around. So just try to think about that you're kicking them. Just try to imagine the person there who you're kicking. Think about where their leg placement would be. Okay, get set, just 1 minute. 1 minute, okay, and go. Few more seconds. Nice. And now let's put a combination with that. So we're going to go jab, cross, hook, kick. And as I'm throwing that, just think about the relationship between the hook and the kick. The hook is twisting you one way so that you can untwist and throw the kick. Hook, kick. People sometimes they even actually almost push the person's head like we were doing for the arm drag. Sometimes people throw this hook and they throw it more like a push because then the person gets off balance. And as they start to regain their balance, you're retracting and throwing the kick. So try to just think about that connection between the hook and the kick. Jab, cross, hook, kick. The hook and the kick go together. So get set and go. So same kick, just adding jab, cross, hook. Imagine you're hitting one side of their head, you're kicking the other side of their body. It's very just their leg, but you're hitting them on one side, kicking them on the other side. Very disconcerting. All right. So now we're gonna do the other side. So for this one, this kick will do a switch step. So I'm gonna be throwing, this is the kick now that if the person's the same stance as me, later, we'll keep practicing this way. Later, we can think about it as if they're in a reverse stance, like if they're southpaw, but like most of the time, if you're, kickboxing, the person gonna be, if you're right-handed, 90% of the people are gonna be right-handed. So I was kicking out here, now I'm gonna be kicking in here. I'm still gonna come up and over, but I don't have to be, like you can see this angle, you really have to get kind of around to hit it. Here, this is more open. It's kind of analogous to this open side of your body. This is a little easier to hit. And you can also actually come up too, but we're not gonna do that. So we're just gonna switch step, kick. You know this, I think if you remember, I think you know the switch step, right, Jane? I'm gonna retract my front foot, step out my other foot, and then pivot on my right foot to throw my left kick. And then step, step, pendulum, step back. Step, step, kick, step, step. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so we'll do 1 minute of that. All right. It's 6:30, but let's do the last minute, and then if we want to do meditation, we can do just a quick 2-minute meditation. So now I'm just going to add the punches. This will be our last minute. So I'm going to throw jab, cross. As I do the cross, that's going to let me do the switch step. Jab, cross. The cross when you're about to switch step is a bit, it's not a fake, but it's not your power cross. It's a cross where as you yank it back, you're switch stepping. So it's jab, cross. As I yank the cross back, I'm using that to kind of power my switch step. I think a lot about that arm kind of yanking back to set up my leg movement. So the cross is kind of, usually when you throw a jab cross, I mean, the cross hits, but the real point of the cross is to like distract them and confuse them, while you're setting up your switch step on the bottom. So last round, 1 minute, jab, cross, switch step, left kick. Go. The jab cross should be like real nice and long range and relaxed. It's kind of like cover distance and, hit them in the face with some kind of smacky power before you, so they're thinking about their face as the kick comes in. You could really think about, I think about my armpits when I'm doing this to get that extension from those muscles. Okay, so that's it. You can put your chair out of the way. If people want to do meditation, then you can have a quick seat. We'll do a quick meditation.
I always like the meditation.
Yeah, I agree. It is. I used to really like to end my classes with meditation, my real classes, but a lot of the time things were hectic and, like everyone was like finishing the round and it was hard to do it. But having done it in the pandemic, I kind of want to go back to it for the future even. It's just such a good way to end. Glad you like it. Because kickboxing is so, it's so extroverted. It's good to know how to calm things back down. So, explosive. Okay, so let's just go right into it. So we'll go into 2 minutes of just, meditation, not focusing on any particular technique, but just trying to calm your breathing. When you're ready to be fully into the meditation mode, then you're just inhaling and exhaling through your nose naturally, trying not to get involved with any thoughts that float by, but just trying to make your mind and your breathing very calm. Take 3 deep inhalations in through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. And then when you're ready, you could open your eyes. Let's just go right into clasping our hands, twisting and looking back over one shoulder. Twist to the other shoulder. Let's come back to center. Then let's lift one arm and just come over to the side, stretch out your side. Come back, lift your other arm, stretch to the side. Back, shake out your legs, shake out your feet. That's it. Thank you. Hope that was fun. It was a little different, doing like different stuff. Tried out some weird stuff.
Yeah, it was different. It's a good class.
Oh, I can't hear. I just realized I turned my sound off. There, now I can hear. Ah, there we go.
Yeah, it was good.
Good. Let's see.
Yeah, it was a good class. Thanks, Molly.
Thank you. Always fun to have you here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope we'll see you next week.
Hopefully.
Cool.
See y'all later.
All right. See you later. Bye. Bye, Molly. Bye, Jane.
Thank you.
Bye.